It's so funny. I'm not Jewish, but my God's Jewish. My God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And a Jew will say to me, you can't say that. You're a Gentile. Oh, yes, I can. Your Hebrew prophet Isaiah said I could. God said through the prophet Isaiah that God would call a people who are not his people by faith, and he would draw all the Gentiles to himself. Think of that. So today, which fulfills in Romans, where Paul said the Gentiles, us who are not Jews, our love for the Jewish God should provoke the Jew to jealousy. Did you know that? And we do. When we know the Hebrew scriptures more than the Jews today, that drives them nuts. And they go, how do you know this? I read your book. You ought to read your book sometime. It's amazing. God came to this world as a Jew. He's coming back as a resurrected man, Jesus Christ, not only the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, but he's Jesus Christ, King of the Jews. His throne will be in Jerusalem, the Jewish capital, in the nation of Israel, the Jewish state. And he will sit upon the throne of David, an amazing Jewish musician and warrior and king. All this rhetoric you're hearing, everybody, get pumped. We're in the last days. It's got to go this way. Listen, if your church is not pro-Israel, it's not a church. If your church is not pro-Israel and pro-reaching the Jewish people with the love of God, you're not in a New Testament church. You're actually attending a fraud. It's fraudulent. Get up, get out. And when you find a Jew, hug them. Tell them that you're praying for them and that Jesus Christ, according to Proverbs 30, verse 4, is the Son of God to the Jewish people. Is Israel sinless? No. But is Israel God's chosen people? Without a doubt. God said they are. Is his covenant with Israel eternal? Yep, he said so. We need to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. God says to do that. God says that the Christian is to provoke the Jew to jealousy by our love for them and for God. Did you know that? When Christ returns, he's going to ask, what did you do to me when I was hungry and thirsty, or naked, or sick, or in prison? Jesus was talking to, what did you do to my brethren? He's referring to, in Matthew 25, what did you do to my brethren, the Jews, in their time of need? So friend, listen to this. If God does not keep his promises to Israel in their eternal covenant, Abrahamic covenant, if God doesn't keep that covenant, you're not going to go to heaven. I'm not going to go to heaven. I don't care who you are. You're not going to heaven. Because if God can't keep his promises to Israel, he has no obligation to keep his promises to you. So friend, listen, find a Jew and love on them.